Hello, everyone. Welcome to this Thursday. Beautiful Thursday. Thursday you've all been waiting for. I've been waiting for it. You can decide on your own. We won't push that on you. um, we are starting the live session zero of the persistent Monsterhearts campaign. You all asked for it, I know, because I sensed it. So we thought, let's do a live little session zero. It's going to be a little bit different. I'm kind of combining some elements from other RPGs that I really like, that some of you have played with me before, to develop a little bit of a collaborative world, rather than just me sitting at home alone on my computer pulling stuff out my butt. So I have a little bit of an agenda. We're gonna call this syllabus day, session zero. First off, gonna just thank all of these lovely people for being a part of this experiment. It's very much an experiment. I've never played more than 3 sessions of Monsterhearts at a time, so this is going to be exciting. But thank you to Zach, Matt, Jenn, Emily, and off screen, thank you to Sophie, who will also be playing with us as the main cast. Part of my vision for this is that you may see some guest stars, you may see some one-time roles, you may see some long-standing character arcs popping in and out. We don't know yet because this is session zero, and we're going to see where the wind takes us. But just at the top of the session, all of y'all have played Monsterhearts with me before, but just as a reminder to you and to the viewers, Monsterhearts is really, really kind of a crazy game, and it can get a little dark at times. It can get a little twisted. It can get a little chaotic. It can get a little sexual. And so this is just a reminder to my players that consent is everything. We are safe. We are treating each other with kindness and respect. Our characters are our characters. And part of that consent and respect means a move called the X card. So at any point, whether it is me narrating a scene or one of your fellow players acting a scene, if it dives into territory that you are uncomfortable with, or that you want to have an end to, or you want to see a fade out cinematically, you can throw up the X card. We've been going like this. That indicates to me as the MC that you want this to end, and we will move on. No questions asked. We do this kind of off screen as well, but at the beginning and end of each session, we check in with each other just to make sure everybody's cool. And I really love that about the game. I think we should all adopt that in all of our TTRPGs. I think it's really helped us push some of our material to a deeper level, and that's kind of cool. So do we all feel good about that? Any questions? Yay. Thumbs up forever. Cool. The other thing that makes this a little bit different, other than it's going to have no end until we decide it, is that most of this session zero is going to be us building our world together. I kind of took this from another TTRPG called Kids on Bikes, which is a really, really collaborative world building game, and I stole some of the questions from them. But we're gonna together, mostly y'all, and I'll be just kind of writing things down. We're gonna build our world, and not our whole world, because this is going to be not a small town. This Monsterhearts freshman year. This Monsterhearts freshman year is taking place in a large urban sprawl. Sure, it could be Chicago. Who's to say? We don't know. But the world that we are going to be creating and the world that we're really living in is going to be a singular neighborhood in that urban sprawl. So yes, exactly. Simon is here for it. So a lot of these questions have to do with building that neighborhood. And I think I sent you all the questions, didn't I? Cool. Okay. Yeah. So essentially how I see this going. Well, okay, so in Kids on Bikes, it's very interesting. Like the way that they set it up is that like we go down the list and each person picks an answer to the question, and that's just it. Love that. We can do it that way, or we can go like full out. We have enough time. We have a few hours to like all kind of discuss and come to a consensus. Or we can do it a third way, which is one person sets it out and then we all just like ping off of that and craft a whole, like the first question is our neighborhood is called, and so we can do it however. What do we feel? I
think we just like throw out ideas and sort of decide as a group.
Yeah.
Okay. Does that feel good to everybody?
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that.
Cool. Love it. That's kind of what I hoped you'd pick, because I think, I don't know if the way Jenn and Matt both played Kids on Bikes with me, and I can't remember if we did it. I feel like we did not do it. One person answers each question.
Think we intended to, but we ended up just talking about it anyway.
Yeah.
We ended up in discussion about it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, listen, that's the more fun way. Okay, so with that, hi, welcome to a large Midwestern urban city, population 2+ million. We've kind of phase in to the cityscape. We see beautiful parks. We see people bustling around. It's summer. It's the tail end of summer. September is on the way. School's going to be starting soon, much to the chagrin of all of the train and bus commute people. But we fade into this lovely little neighborhood called
Okay, I did like a name generator and like a bunch of times.
I use ChatGPT.
Yeah, it's a combination of a couple. But what about Angelwood?
Ooh, I like that. It has some elements of some of the like, not monster angels aren't monsters, but like opposite.
It's almost like
I kind of Angelwood.
What's our neighborhood look like? Does it have a lot of trees? I mean, is it more urban?
We get to decide that.
Yeah. I mean, I like Angelwood.
Yeah, I like Angelwood too. I think that's fun.
Yeah. Are Angelwood?
Yeah.
Hey, all right.
I like it.
Okay, so then Angel. So that Matt brings up a great question. Angelwood looks like what?
Yeah, I think it would be cool if like, what if we were like one of those like neighborhoods that is like, I mean, geographically I know that it's not really, I don't know if I can't think of an example, but I'm sure it would exist somewhere. But it's like on one side of our neighborhood is the like easy access to this main city, and then we're buttressed up against this just like mountainous forest. And so there's just like this mountain forest that like overlooks the city. That's this like wild area that you can go up and get lost in. And then on the other side of town is the highway like, right to the city.
Cool.
Yeah, it could be like a nature preserve or something like that.
Yes,
right outside the city limits.
So
maybe that's something. Maybe like there's like tourism for that as like a thing in our like neighborhood or something like
that. Like a city at random, like the city of Taipei, Taiwan is surrounded by. it is surrounded by mountains, and like, you know, the city itself has millions and millions of people, but there are neighborhoods that are like, you know, urban. They are on, like, you know, the train line, but they're in the woods basically.
I love that. I think of that.
Cool.
And so I just based on my vision of like the city, it's not a suburb. It's a neighborhood in the city, which we know like Chicago has forest preserves everywhere.
Okay.
So we can, that absolutely can still happen, but there would still be access to like transportation. There would be bus lines, there would be train lines running through this neighborhood, but then there's just this large piece of like
I think it's just like we're like the last neighborhood, like before like, it gets like wild, you know?
10 stops from downtown.
Exactly. Yeah.
Last neighborhood before.
We're in Rogers Park, but Evanston is a national park.
Exactly. Yeah,
Perfect.
I love this because I feel, what's that director who is like, he always writes love letters to Chicago, or what's the guy who he directed Easy?
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I don't know his name.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Well, whoever that guy is, I feel like that's this is the Monsterhearts equivalent of it, is like a love letter to Monster Chicago. But it's Angelwood, Illinois. Last neighborhood before the suburbs.
Yeah, it's like we're not like right next to the outdoors, but it's like it's not much to get there.
Amazing. So it's easy to be isolated, so still holding on to that Monsterhearts kind of vibe, small town vibe. But you have a lot of access, especially as teenagers going into your freshman year, to other parts of the city. So keep that in mind as we're playing as well. You have those options. You're not quarantined to this neighborhood, but this is your home.
I love it.
Okay. What is the name of this high school that y'all will be attending? Could be the name of some famous person from your neighborhood. Could be like a generic, literally like Angelwood High.
What kind of famous person would be from Angelwood?
What if Angelwood is a person?
I mean, that's definitely something we could do.
Angelwood High School. And you have to accentuate if you're talking about Angelwood, the neighborhood, but Angelwood High School.
That's perfect.
Well, who is Angelwood? A magician? Famous magician? No, I don't know.
An actor who gave a bunch of money to the school because they got famous from the theater department.
Yeah, right. They changed their stage name to Angelwood because they grew up in Angelwood. But that's not their real name.
Their real name was taken when they joined SAG.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, I mean, I know it's like I'm trying to think of something more clever, but I kind of just like Angelwood High.
Yeah.
It does sound. It kind of has that like Riverdale.
Yeah.
Like Angelwood High.
Exactly. Yeah. That's just that's my personal
honestly,
opinion.
the town name came from. I actually had up like a school name generator, and it was Angelwood High, and I was like, Angelwood's a cool town name.
Oh yeah.
Oh really? Then we have to. That's Angelwood High
We don't
School.
have to.
Because we're going to be spending a lot of time in Angelwood High, I'm curious as to what kind of high school it is. Is it your typical, like, standard city CPS high school? Is it a charter school? Is it a private institution?
Me personally, I kind of like the idea, especially if it's like a neighborhood, like close to the outskirts of a town. If it's just like a low-funded public school with a lot of people, like, yeah, that's the vibe I get.
Yeah, I also was thinking public school, like big city public school.
Yeah, exactly. It's like we're like our entire neighborhood plus others is like forced into this like too small building. Like, yeah.
Is there something in the school that is like a point of interest, or like is that it's known for?
It's like, are we the
Good or
football
bad?
school, or are we
Yeah.
the theater school?
Do you have a good
or are
football
we the-
team? Yeah. Do you have like a cool robotics program that gets a lot of attention, but is still like, oh, you came from Angelwood High School, like you're
Yeah.
gonna be good at
Mm.
speech and debate, but you don't have good grades, like, or whatever.
Yeah.
Best marching band in the state.
Color guard is great.
I mean, I could be down. I could be down with
The marching band color guard?
Yeah.
I could be down with that.
Yeah.
But the fucking best.
It's like the jocks are like the marching band people with their like leather jackets with musical
Ooh.
notes.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I'll add the color guard in there too because I know they work closely together. They're a little showman's
Yeah.
situation.
The color guard outfits definitely incorporates angel wings. We got to be the Angelwood High Angels, right?
Yeah.
The Angelwood
Oh,
High
okay.
Devils.
That would actually be
That
pretty
actually is kind of cool, yeah.
The Angelwood High Messengers. Speaking of, yeah, do we want to be the Angel High
I
Angels?
mean, something about honestly, kind of the Devils did kind of sound cool.
The Angelwood High Devils?
Angelwood High Bulldogs. No,
Bulldogs.
What if like we
Not
used to be
similar.
the Angels,
And
but,
then like the students came
several years
together.
ago, a few kids started a petition as a joke to change it to the Devils, and they got enough signatures, and it happened.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I
like
think it's
that.
kind of fun. I
That's
think
lore.
that's cool.
That's
Yeah.
lore. Right
Yeah.
there, yeah.
Our mascot
Angel
is like
High
an angel
Devils.
with the wings, but then we just planted like devil horns on
And then
them.
we like ripped off. They like ripped
Yeah.
their wings. It's like our whole. We like made our whole deal where the like fallen angels. You know.
Well, yeah,
Like
but I was
that's what
gonna say
becomes
there's
the devil.
there's one nerd kid who's like, well, technically the devil was an angel, so it
Yeah,
works.
exactly. And so it's like we're the like that's our deal. It's like we're angels, but
Yeah.
we're the fallen angels.
I like that. That's good.
I think that's
And
cool.
I imagine it happened long enough ago that there's like a few kids in school that you're like, oh, their brother was one of the kids who did that.
Yeah.
The devil kids.
yeah.
The
One of the
devil
devil
kids.
kids.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, there's every year there's a bunch of parents that like get mad about
Exactly.
the religious
PTA
aspect.
PTA hates it.
They try to overturn it every year.
I'm loving this. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Isn't this fun? I loved this was one of my favorite parts of playing Kids
Yeah,
on
this
Bikes
is
was
great.
just like a whole session of this. Okay, so we can come back to school stuff. Again, like all of this that we're generating, feel free to be like, oh, and another thing about Angela, like as
Yeah.
we're going through this section, we can beef it up as much as or little as we want. Okay, so we are from Angelwood. We are in Angelwood. What do people call people from our neighborhood? Like,
It would be kind of funny if it was like fallen angels. If it was like we used to be called like, you know, the angels, and then they were like, yeah, but that neighborhood is bad. So it's like the colloquial.
yeah, the fallen angels.
Yeah, I also wonder if we're kind of like
Excuse me,
far out on the like city limits. If like people like to joke that we're actually in the suburbs and it's like a point of pride, like no, we're the last
Yeah.
neighborhood in the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We get pissed
I'm
off
not
when people
from
say
the
we're not
suburbs.
from the city. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the way that people get pissed off when you say that you're from like a suburb of Chicago, but we
Yeah.
actually
the
get
blue
mad
line. The
that-
blue line comes
Right.
to our neighborhood. The blue line ends at our neighborhood. We're
Yeah.
on the blue line, so we're a part of the city.
We're still in. We're still in it. What should we name the city as a whole? Should we talk about that? I'm not gonna keep saying Chicago, but
I
I
mean,
could,
probably.
but I might not. It could be
New Haven,
Old Haven.
Old Haven,
Haven.
Old Haven.
Haven.
Just
Haven.
Statement.
I don't know. What's like a
I can think of that too.
All right, the city name.
yeah city name
generator.
generator? Pull it up.
City
I just
name
have
generator.
no sentimental at all, so I'm down for anything.
Fleetwood. No.
No more woods, dude.
Used to be like some like some like French name, but like Americanized, like where the
Yes.
pronunciation is totally unrecognizable, like Versailles or something.
That's pretty good. I like that. What's some other French cities? Throw them at me, and I'll pronounce
Lyon.
them wrong. Leon.
Nice. Yeah,
Nice.
Leon.
Nice.
I'm looking up right now. How do you come up with a
Nice.
cool city name?
Cans.
I'm on the
Cans.
city name.
Cans is pretty
Cans.
good.
Yeah, Cans.
Cans, like I kind of like that.
I gotta pull up a map of France.
This town name and this generator is just Eastness.
Eastness?
Eastness.
Like
There's a lot of
Really rolls off
Eastness
the
going
tongue.
on.
Northness, Westness.
I feel like I want it to be something that's more than just one syllable.
Yeah.
I kind of like cans.
I know, I do like cans though.
It's Canes.
Canes.
No.
Canes, Illinois.
Yeah, Cans is. I am into
I
that.
think we should
Yeah,
just do
we
it.
like
I think
cans.
we should do cans. So is
All
it
right, we're-
is it technically CANNES?
Yeah.
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 Angelwood, the neighborhood of
Angelwood
Angelwood.
Cans.
And Cans, Illinois.
Angelwood cans. That's silly. I love it.
Oh, that's
That's silly.
fantastic.
All right.
Chicago. Cans. Makes sense. Similar area. Cans. Yeah, I'm from Cans. Oh,
Kansas?
devils.
No, Cans.
Cans.
What are you saying? Kansas City? No, Cans.
Ants.
Okay, so we are commonly referred to as suburbanites, which is much to our chagrin.
Because we're from the fucking city.
Writing, we're from the fucking city.
Hell yeah. Hell?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Shout out to Brendan Lee.
Yeah.
Who I'm falling in love with.
Yeah,
by
I
the
mean,
way,
it's
like,
it's regardless
to-
of I don't care. Like, I mean, yeah,
he
he's
spans
yeah.
gender.
yeah,
Like
and sexual orientation, yeah, for
all
sure.
of it. Anywho, enough about Brennan Lee Mulligan. What is our neighborhood known for? Aside from being like we've already kind of established it's like a rougher, maybe like underfunded, underutilized, underrated, quite honestly. I would say like let's play up the underratedness of
Yeah.
this town.
Mm.
I wonder if
Um,
because like the marching band is the big deal, if like arts are more appreciated in this neighborhood. So like,
I would bet.
what if we're like
yeah,
known for
artsy.
being like an artsy community? Like, there's like a lot of like murals and like
Yeah,
stuff
art
like
festivals.
that around.
Yeah.
Which,
So we
Where-
could
which
say,
honestly, like that sounds really cool, but I'm also like, man, I kind of wanted to like hate where I was living, but now I'm kind of like loving this place. It's really cool. But I think
I don't
it
know
would be-
though. I could see Steve getting really annoyed with just like the amount of like people who want him to do things.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, Angelwood is like near the park, which is one of the few places in Cairns that's you can find nature. So perhaps as well, people might come to Cairns to like stroll.
Yeah.
Yeah. What if we also, this might kind of lead into the next question of like what is it infamous for? Maybe not, I don't know. But what if we had like a notably big like art fair every year?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's fun. Yeah. Except like I love the vibe of like, but like it's like it is an arts fair, but it's also like a big block party.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Like it's like there's like
Yeah.
music and food and like it's I love the vibe of like a Brooklyn kind of.
It's
a
like
thing.
arts fair meets pride.
Yeah.
Arts fair.
Because why not create a
Right.
world where not everything?
I feel
sucks?
like it's more like street art DIY stuff
Yes.
more than like
Graffiti
Yeah.
is probably
granola,
really,
like-
yeah.
Kind of
I don't
alternative
know,
stuff.
No,
Yeah,
for sure. I
yeah.
completely. Yeah, when I was saying like murals, I completely like saw like big graffiti art on the side of brick
Yeah,
buildings. Like yeah, for sure.
Well, and like
Miles Morales' neighborhood, honestly. Like I've just got like across the universe
Right,
on the
yeah.
brain, and like that vibe seems really dope.
It is.
And then
Parties on rooftops, you know.
I like the park stuff too, where it's like you have this kind of urban, like underfunded.
Ooh, oh my gosh! On the 4th of July, people go up on the rooftops and they shoot off fireworks on the edge of the city, so that the fireworks are going off against the backdrop of the mountain forest, and you're just like on the rooftop, and it's super cool.
That's cool.
This place is awesome. Nothing could go wrong here.
I know, right? I love that it's called Angelwood.
I do just keep picturing mountains like where Evanston is, though.
I know, me too.
Yeah.
I literally keep thinking like the train station ends and then you're at a forest. And then right next to it is a bunch of buildings in a row. It's like there's no in between. There's no like buffer. It's like straight up city next to a mountain. Like
I love that.
I love it too. I think it's great.
I would be into it, honestly.
Yeah,
these types of cities exist.
Exactly. It's like the apartment buildings like on the edge of the city are like probably like that's probably the more expensive place because like the view is like super cool.
Yeah.
What's the train line that goes through? What color? What number? What?
I don't like the idea of a number.
It's obviously. I was gonna say the green line.
I'm down for green line.
Green
Green line is good too. I like green
through
line.
to this, cool. Oh my god, I'm gonna have so much fun this week. Just making.
Take the green line down to the hub. The hub is where downtown is.
Instead of the loop.
Instead of the loop, the hub.
That's cute.
Cool. All right. Our neighborhood is infamous for kind of have a vibe, but like specifically, is there like a place to stay away from? Is there like a lore that is
there like a big crime?
I mean, artsy communities, I would say, especially in bigger cities, like there could be a drug problem.
Yeah.
Could be a drug thing.
Definitely.
It's an option. Just throwing it out there.
Also, not to get too specific, but since we're so close to nature, I bet there's like some wild animals that are like really close to city limits. Maybe some coyotes in the cemeteries.
For sure.
Maybe.
Just a thought.
Really close to.
I bet there would be some like. Yeah.
Okay, this might be forcing too much to happen. Okay, so please feel free feel free to veto me. But what if there's like, I don't know. I feel nervous saying it now.
Say it.
What if there's like, especially lately, there's been like a serial killer. Like there's been like these killings going on of like a certain.
Like people are turning up.
Yeah, and it's like there's like a certain thing that a way it happens, or a certain thing that's left behind, and it's like just something that's like we're right on the beginnings of it as we like enter freshman year. I don't know.
I mean that's
especially because it's like out by the woods, you know. So it's like these bodies keep getting discovered in the woods in a very specific way.
Well, and
we call them the woodsmen.
Yep, done.
Okay, what if to add to that, because I was thinking of this before you said this, Zach, and I think it would play in well. I was gonna say, like, with the way that Monsterhearts is and the fact that we're right up against a forest, I wonder if there's like a Bigfoot-esque lore of some sort.
Ooh, that's kind of fun too.
And so like maybe what if it tied into that, and the theory is like there's a like conspiracy theory that it's not a murderer.
Like, yeah, like some people are saying it's a killer, and some people are saying it's the Mountain Yeti or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
I could easily see it being something that like it's picked up recently.
Yeah.
Like it's researched, but then like somebody's parent is like, oh, that happened back when I was a kid too.
Oh shit, I love that.
Yeah. And
maybe
so
right around
like
the time it got turned into the devils. I don't know, just for a little coincidence, or is it a coincidence? Who knows?
Who's to say? We're gonna find out.
What? I don't know if we want to dig into this a little bit, but I don't know, Zach, if you have like ideas of what, like, if there is some sort of like killings that are going on recently, like, do we know like any details about what's been happening, or it's just there's like bodies that have been found?
I think like bodies have been found, and like maybe because of what Emily said, like maybe they've been like mutilated, and it's like either someone went to him with an axe, or like someone went to him like with like I don't know, it was like a creature. But I think I know what you're asking now. I think like, how does it tie into us, or like what do we know about it? Like, what if it's like high schoolers who are being taken into the woods, like high school age kids?
Ooh, okay.
And so it's like people are just like maybe some of our parents are like just now starting to be like, don't stay out past this time unless you're with somebody, or like you know.
Yeah.
What if there's a vampire in town?
That's you idiot.
Well,
sorry, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But do you think like that's like, as in like, do you think that there's a rumor about that?
I mean, I think that plays into my backstory a little bit. If the like people think there might be vampires.
Do you think it's like we are for sure there's someone out there, or it's like, or is it a question like how would we as players view that? Is that something that's like now? So it's like we are like, well, vampires don't exist, or is it something that's like, oh no, there's a vampire out there, we just don't know?
I think it's like there was a vampire, but that's been taken care of.
Okay. All right.
I feel like it would be a very Matt's character answer for it to be, he is very paranoid and is sure that everybody knows that he's a vampire, but in reality, nobody has any idea.
No, but I do kind of like this, because this is kind of playing into... No, Jen, you go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to clarify, is the vampire the like, whatever the like, the lore around, like, you know, Emily, you said Bigfoot, or, you know, something, whatever this like unknown entity is that there's like rumors about existing, and that some people are blaming for these killings, is that what the vampire is, or is that something separate?
I feel like there could be like a bunch of different versions of the story.
Well, I was also just about to say, what if it is something that's separate, and what if like the thing that we are infamously known for is like, yeah, there's like, there might be a drug thing maybe, but like maybe it's like, you know, all those like, I mean, I know that this isn't true, but it's like all those old movies like The Wolfman and Count Dracula and stuff like that, like they're based, like we always say that it's like those are based out of fucking Angelwood cans, like there's like, and so maybe it's like what we're infamous for is like, because like you sit right next to this like ominous mountain, there's just like all these stories of like monsters, and like, you know, just like all kinds of different like lore and legends that exist.
Yeah,
in this
people
area.
come like visit here and have like weird supernatural experiences.
For sure, like like sci-fi channels have filmed their like, you know, like ghost and monster hunting shows that are like neighborhood, like fucking like every year we get one. It's like we're sick of them at this point.
What's really happening at Angelwood?
Exactly. It's like there's been a movie about us and stuff. I think that would be kind of cool if it's like we're just like this really mysterious neighborhood that's you hear all this stuff about.
Okay. So all of that, I'm keeping all of that. Oh god.
Yeah, I like there not being like consensus on what this kind of like supernatural or like monstrous presence might be.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
But some people say, oh, it's a drug problem. And it's just like, but like
some people are like, there's
Yeah.
nothing supernatural about it at all. There's like, there's like the drugs suck and people are like getting high on drugs and going
people
out.
People are having weird dreams.
There's a big bear nearby.
There's a big bear. There's wolves.
Yeah.
There's
and then
whatever.
there's the complete opposite end where it's like, no, we've been contacted by this entity, and this entity still exists, and blah blah blah. And it's like there's like, and then everybody in between.
So then who is that one person? Who's the one person in your neighborhood that you would all know who has been contacted by every single entity and like will constantly flux through.
Theorists.
I've seen wolves, I've seen bears, I've seen vampires, I've seen drugs, I've seen a woodsman, I've seen the serial killer. Like, who's the guy who or the girl? Or
I mean,
the
it's got to
person?
be like a regular at like a exactly, like a town drunk, a regular at like a hole in the wall, right?
Yeah. What's his name? What's her name? What's their name?
Wait, what were you saying before? Hacker.
Hacker. I love Hacker.
Hacker Brisby.
That's fantastic.
That could be the last name.
Hacker. And that's just what he's known by. Just Hacker.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Hacker. He's fucking nuts.
That's Hacker.
But then like shit goes down. We're like, we gotta go find Hacker.
Yeah. Hacker will know.
Yeah, exactly. If anyone knows about this man, Hacker's gonna know. Just gotta bring him a 6-pack of bud.
Oh, he wants the Marlboro Reds, not the whites.
Yeah, exactly.
He's been going by Hacker since before computers existed. No one knows
No, give
why.
him some credit. He wants the American Spirit Blue Pack, okay? That's what he wants. Gotta get
The American Spirit? I'm writing this down.
I love it. Hacker. I fucking
nobody
love that.
knows his first name.
Yeah. He like do this. He does this bit where he like makes someone try to guess his first name, and then he always says no matter what it is, and then he's like, "You owe me a drink."
But at least 7 people have guessed. Okay. What is a notable organization that is housed in
the
our
FBI?
No. They would fund us if the FBI was.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it could be some sort of like, paranormal research. Like,
there is a paranormal research organization in
I was
town.
gonna say Emily could speak to.
My dad owns it.
Whoa,
Oh shit! There you go. Wow.
What's his name?
Yeah, I know that.
I'm assuming it's something Marx, right?
Yeah, I think I told you, Angel. Hold on, let me see.
I can go look too. I can search.
Ken Marx.
What's the company called?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Marx Investigations.
Marx Investigation.
Marx.
Am I 6? There's 6 of them. Nope, just kidding.
M-A-R-X.
That would be Are you RONNI or?
Yeah.
Okay. Marx Investigations. Paranormal Investigation and Research Center.
Yeah.
Put that on an LLC.
I think there would also be whatever organization does the arts festival thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true.
Arts Council.
For sure.
Arts Council, yeah.
The Angelwood Arts
The
Council.
AAC, the Angelwood Arts Council.
AWAC. A whack.
The AAC.
Angelwood Arts Council. Love it. Okay. Who is the head of the Angelwood Arts Council?
I feel like this has got to be the negative thing. It's got to be someone like annoying, like ugh.
Yeah.
I feel like her name is Bridget.
Yep. Bridget Townsend.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that's it.
Bridget Townsend.
Spelled with an I. Townsend.
Yeah, but she's also a teacher. She's just like.
Yeah.
But she's not the art teacher.
Yeah.
What does she teach?
Calculus.
Yeah. And the art teacher is really cool, and we really want her to be the president, and she just won't be.
But it's one of those
Bridget's
things where...
Bridget's like old as hell, so
Yes.
like everyone's parents had her as a teacher.
God, I don't want calculus.
No, we do. We have it. That it's gonna happen.
Not as a freshman, I don't.
That's true.
Yeah, we have 2 more seasons until we.
What a
She'll be dead by
really
then for
good
sure.
throwback. We all forget about Bridget Townsend, and then in
She's our calculus
Monsterhearts
teacher, third
junior
season.
year, she's like, "Hi, everyone. Did you have
Crawls
fun
out
at
of
the
the
arts
grave.
fair?" Okay.
Oh, it's a baby.
Is it baby? Is that
Yeah, I like that he's blurring
Tom?
out his face.
Well, because it's not appropriate.
Hi, Tom. Hi, Bumbles.
Oh, it's a bongo. Oh, so-
It's Tom Bombadil.
oh my god, I love that. Oh, Emily's
Cat-
yelling at the
just-
dog.
Little cat break. Let's take a little pet break. We've been working really hard.
I don't have my dog until Saturday.
Where do you go?
My brother's taking care of him in Ohio.
Oh.
You're gonna have to drive again to meet him halfway.
Yeah,
Oof.
We're in Ohio.
Dayton.
Where?
Sorry,
What's
I
the
just-
address?
Say it on the
that's
live.
right.
I'm familiar.
You go and someone took your dog because you said your address live on there.
I'm sorry that Coda's being a jerk, Emily.
I mean, he just won't stop.
Punk.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop.
What's a notable landmark in Angelwood?
I mean, the mountain.
Hmm.
That's not really.
But like a
world, I
man-made,
guess.
like
yeah.
yeah, or like a place, or like a
If we have like a
business.
fountain.
A
that
fountain
everybody-
with an angel
that.
on it, and it's
Yeah.
like it's something like for Ball
Angel
State people,
Square.
something like Benny.
Mm.
Yeah.
The
What
Eiffel
if it's
Tower.
also something that like constantly is getting like
Vandalized.
I don't know what's going on.
So, well, because I
What?
think I was laughing because I think Matt said Eiffel Tower. That cracked me up.
In cans?
Yeah.
I blocked that out. Vandalized or like
Yeah.
or like decorated, like different artists like redo it all the time, but
that's cool.
someone like Bridget is pissed about it.
Yeah, it's like we have
But
this.
it's actually a really cool
I think that would
thing
be
that
cool.
artists like make their own.
I like that.
Oh, like because of the famous arts festival, like like a really important or like prolific artist dedicated and like did a statue for the town.
I love that.
But
I think
nobody
that's
I was
appreciates
thinking
it.
that like I was just thinking that this fountain like constantly gets like made over with like some sort of street art. Like
Yeah.
people just kind of on the down low constantly are changing, like painting it, doing like putting their own little like sculptural stuff on it, whatever.
So what would we call that? Something square. Like something square.
Heaven Square.
Heaven Square. Cloud Square. I like the heaven idea.
Cloudgate.
Cloudgate.
Halo Square.
Halo
Cloudgate
Square.
is
Halo
kinda
Square's
cute.
good. Cloudgate's
Cloudgate
cute
is-
too.
Cloudgate is Millennium Park
Okay.
though.
You can't
Oh,
do
okay.
Cloudgate.
That's so true.
I lived there for 7 years and I never remember that.
The Garden of Angelwood.
I like Halo Square.
Gabriel Square. Gabriel's Square.
Doesn't have to be angel themed. It could be
True.
Yeah.
just something normal.
Jefferson
Square.
Square.
Jefferson Square.
Purgatory.
Biggest angel of them all.
Jefferson. We all know Jefferson.
Square.
Townsend Square. Oh my god, she's old money. I kind of
Oh
do like
God,
that.
yeah,
I kind of do
Townsend
like
Square.
that, Townsend Square.
Yeah.
He will
She's
never
got a
let it go.
claw.
She's old money. I hate it. I hate
Maybe
old
we
money.
just call it the square.
Yeah, but we
but
all
it
just
is
call it the
technically
square. Yeah.
Called Townsend Square.
I love that.
Or we call it Bridget Square.
That's good. I like calling it Bridget Square.
That's
All
really
the
good.
kids call it Bridget Square.
What is she's a square?
She's like, you can't call me Bridget, I'm your teacher.
Also,
Oh,
I'm
you're
like
doing
40, like
Square.
45 years older than you. Or Bridget Square. That constantly with street art. Cool. And then I think we talked about it. Yeah, our school sports team is the Angel High Devils. Angelwood High Devils.
I love it. I think that's awesome.
And I love the lore of like there being a group of like seniors who, for their like senior prank, did a petition that actually took off, and like I like to imagine that it got like farther than it meant to be. Like it wasn't just high schoolers. Like hacker probably got involved and like yeah.
Did that happen like recently, like the past couple years?
It could, or I think Emily had said that it happened long enough ago that like somebody's older sibling is like, yeah, he was one of the original devils or something.
It could also be, I mean, if we're talking about the like the like murders and that stuff that's been happening, like it could be like it was our parents' generation. So rather than it being like, oh, their sibling was a part of it, it would be like, you know, his mom's one of the people who did that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like that. So it's like, that would be like 35 years ago-ish, 35, 40. No, probably just like 30
No, it would be like
30
20.
years. Oh yeah,
because if you're 18, or not 18, if you're like 14, 15.
Oh yeah, you're right, because I'm not thinking of, they did, their whole life didn't pass. Yeah, like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Cool.
2 decades. 1/5 century.
Okay. So just gonna go through this a little bit. Angelwood, hands. Do we want to be in the Midwest? Do we have a preference? I know we keep saying mountains. I kind of like the idea of maybe being a little more west if we want.
Yeah, what if we're in like the Oregon area?
Ooh, Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, or like, something like Denver-ish too. Would
like
I say anywhere between Oregon and Denver, like any of that area.
Idaho.
You know, right between Oregon and Denver.
What is there? Hang on, I'm gonna pull up a map real quick.
Idaho is kind of fun. I don't have many preconceived notions about Idaho.
Idaho?
I know that Idaho has the largest like public land.
Really? Good for Idaho.
Yeah.
It also has a stupid shape.
Wow.
It also has potatoes.
And we love potatoes.
I love potatoes. Yeah. What if we're in the little tiny, that little like handlebar at the top part of Idaho?
The stupid part.
Yeah, the stupid part for sure.
Trying to see how many people, what the population of Boise is. Just
Boise. Yeah, Boise. Wow.
Oh yeah, that's true. I guess like those are maybe not like super populated.
Yeah, I was gonna say Oregon might be more inclined to have a larger, like a city in Oregon or a city in like Washington, maybe.
Not for either of those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We are Bella Swan.
Because Seattle has
vampires for sure.
Seattle has almost 1 million.
Almost, not even.
Chicago's big.
It's the 3rd largest city in America.
How much does Denver have?
Denver has like, I think like the same.
Less than 700,000.
Oh my gosh.
It has according to the 2021 census, 711,463.
Chicago's huge.
It's huge. I mean, yeah.
It's Chicago, LA, and New York are like the.
Yep.
Or Houston.
It's getting there.
Yeah, population of Chicago is 2.6 million.
That's not even including the metro area, which is one of the largest in the world.
True.
There's a lot of blinking.
Oh, Houston has 2.2.
Phoenix is 1.7 million.
There you go. We could be a little southern.
We could do that. Ooh.
Less rain.
Howdy. Gotta get my southern accent.
Not so
Phoenix
many
accent.
Not, we're not
forests,
that southern.
so.
It's not
Howdy,
southern.
I'm from
No,
Phoenix,
no.
Arizona.
No.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
Hi, I'm a
I beat it.
vampire from
X.
Phoenix,
Can I
Arizona.
X? Can I X Matt's
that's
accent?
crazy. That's crazy, though, if you're a vampire and it's Phoenix, Arizona.
That is true. That's a good point.
Also, we can just say this is our Kansas meetup. We can say there's a new huge city in Oregon.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
Is 2
Yeah.
million people.
Yeah, that's what I thought we would do. Yeah.
Or in Idaho.
No.
Right in the stupid part.
I want to be in the stupid part.
We just are the
Sorry?
whole. It's a very narrow, long city.
Sorry
We
to
just are.
everyone in Idaho for calling it the stupid part.
All of our Idaho fans out there. Really sorry,
Sorry.
guys.
Hope you don't live in the stupid part.
It would make sense though that Angel would exist in like a mountainous.
Yeah,
like,
I think Oregon, Washington area makes more sense.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna say Oregon for now, but we can change it.
Cool. Yeah.
Cool.
Just so we're not exactly, just ripping off Stephanie Meyer.
Yeah, she wishes. Should she be so lucky? We live in Angelwood. There is a lot of urban sprawl, and we are buttressed, as Zach said, up against a mountainous forest preserve.
It's a good word, right?
It is buttress.
Yeah.
It's like a lady butt.
Nice.
I don't want to. I like to think that what I said isn't funny because Zach is actually laughing instead of
I
insulting.
gotta clip that.
No, I want that on a t-shirt.
I clipped that.
Okay. I want it on a t-shirt.
Ooh.
We our city, our neighborhood is the Green Line.
Yeah.
It is most accessible by the Green Line. It is the tail end of the neighborhood in Cairns, Oregon. And
Cairns, Oregon actually does not sound that bad.
it does sound good, actually.
Right.
Cairns, Oregon.
I also like the idea of like if you get on the Green Line, you have to go north to Angelwood. Everyone knows because it's the last stop.
Oh.
Yeah, I like that too.
You are now boarding a train north to Angelwood.
That's pretty good. You should audition.
Thank you. Maybe there will be a soundbite that I make.
Find the guy.
We go to Angelwood High School. It is underfunded, but it has the best fucking marching band / color guard in the city. Maybe even the state. We are the Angelwood High Devils.
People leave after halftime. Sorry.
Yeah, they just come back. Yeah.
That's how my high school was.
People leave for sure after the marching band. There was a fake petition because you used to be the Angelwood High Angels, but for a senior prank about like 15-20 years ago, there was a fake petition that got way too out of hand in the town. The whole public got involved, and the city had no choice but to change the name of the high school sports teams to the Angelwood High Devils.
It makes sense that would happen in the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm. Right when the like Charmed and Buffy and Angel phase. People from our neighborhood are commonly referred to as suburbanites or fallen angels. Our neighborhood is known for the arts. Since the marching band is so big, arts are appreciated here. There is a big arts fair. When would the arts fair happen? Would it be a summer thing? Would it be a fall thing?
Great
Like right at
question.
the end of the summer is what I imagine.
Right at the end of the summer? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Time to make some plans.
I would say like even the week after school starts.
Like the first weekend after school starts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can plan our first big event.
Yep. Oops. We made it.
Oops, there it is.
Oops, there it is. Okay.
I wonder if I'm
You are
gonna try
also
to
near the
kill-
park, which wildly for this city is, though you are in Oregon, it is like the first of the natural locations out in the outskirts of the city. So it's really popular. Think like Starved Rock in Illinois. So you have that going for you. On the 4th of July, there's a fireworks show. That's what I wrote. The
Thanks
town,
for obliging.
the neighborhood is infamous for a few things, though, despite its well-meaning nature. Most notably for a couple of weird documentaries that aired on Sci-Fi a couple years back.
Yes.
Called What's Happening in Angelwood.
Yes.
So that tends to be some supernatural occurrences. Nobody really knows why. A lot of people will contribute it to, or attribute it. Oh no.
Attribute.
Yeah.
Attribute.
I was like, somebody please validate me.
Yeah.
Well, attribute it to.
I'm sorry, we do not validate parking.
Okay, I gotta go.
So stupid.
I gotta move my car.
I'll be seeing you.
Could be drugs, could be wild animals, could be a potential serial killer or a Bigfoot. I don't know. Bodies keep being found. Kids are coining the potential serial killer the woodsman, though. So there's probably been a couple after school clubs that have formed to like hunt down the serial killer in hopes of being the next big serial
People like dare each other to like go out into the woods at night.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There is a guy who seemingly knows everything and will tell you all about it, but will constantly contradict himself. His name is Hacker.
Yeah.
Just buy him a pack of American Spirit Blues and he will tell you anything you need to know.
Yes.
A notable organization in this community is Marx Investigations, which did do a spot on a couple of these documentaries, kind of hoisting your father, Emily, to a little bit of like, I would say like grade C celebrity status. Like, honestly,
He was like interviewed in the documentary.
yeah, I would say yeah, and then like a couple follow-ups, and he's gotten a couple clients from the documentary as well. And then the Angelwood Arts Council, led by one Bridget Townsend, who isn't even an arts teacher. She's a calculus teacher, and she's been there so long that your parents probably had her as well. Speaking of Bridget Townsend, a notable landmark in the town is a really, really beautiful commissioned art fountain in Townsend Square, named after old money Bridget Townsend's family. No wonder she can do all the things she does and live on a meager teacher salary. She is old money. Kids simply call this park or town or the square or Bridget Square, if they want to be a little bit disrespectful. But that fountain that sits in the middle of it is not appreciated, and it constantly is defaced with street art or graffiti or someone putting a little picture of a Bigfoot or someone drawing a dick or someone putting a little hat on the fountain. What is on the fountain? Like, what is the structure of the fountain? Did we say?
We said that there's maybe an angel on top.
So like Christmas tree style kind of thing?
Yeah. The little hat on
It's like
like
a really
Hello.
cheesy like angel pouring out of like a ornate pitcher, and that's where like the water comes from.
Classic.
Like a
fountain.
little cherub
Classic.
style.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then just to refresh our town lore, Angelwood High Devils changed from the Angelwood High Angels. That is the school sports team. How do we feel?
Love it.
Yeah.
I'm excited to get into that world.
Yep. That's gonna be fun. So yeah, now that is our collaborative world building. As always, things can shift and flux and be added to. A lot more will be added as we play our game, but this is just a good starting point for y'all to start kind of generating your own relationships with this world. Now we're gonna do a Monsterhearts specific session 0 thing. We're gonna build a homeroom.
Yeah.
But before we do that, you don't have to tell me too much about your characters. We don't need like big giant backstory or anything. But I'd love to know who y'all are. Give me like your name and the skin you're playing, and maybe just a little brief physical description since we don't have portraits yet. And pronouns, character pronouns as well. Zach, why don't you go first?
I will be playing Steve Taylor, he, him. I am using the witch's skin. For those who would know Steve or see him around, he's a quiet kid. A pretty big introvert. He is fat and has long brown hair, and kind of like a classic like swoopy Bieber cut. Usually found in a zip-up hoodie or a flannel or something that's pretty baggy. It doesn't really go out much or talk to people much. You only really know him if you're pretty close to him. But for those who, because I don't know necessarily like how the middle school worked, but it would probably be known that at the beginning of this summer, that Steve's father passed away, and so it's just him and his mom. And yeah, that's Steve.
What's Steve's favorite video game? Like, what's the one that he keeps coming back to?
Skyrim. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Just a
What does he
solo.
play? Like, what console?
360, Xbox 360.
What's his build? Two-handed magic.
He uses a sword in one hand, magic spells in the other. He always tries to play as a very noble, strong, studly character.
So he's a paladin.
He's a paladin for sure. And I mean, I know you said not to get into the full backstory, but he is in a D&D group with Ronni, Emily's character, and he definitely does play a paladin in that game, and that's probably because Ronnie's the person who knows him the most, and Ronni would probably know that that's the only time that Steve really lets his guard down is when he's playing D&D with his friends.
Amazing. Matt.
Yes.
Oh wait. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna do this now because I like this as part of it. Zach, where does Steve sit on this seating chart? I have pulled up the seating chart. You can all see it, I think.
Ooh, let me show the stream too.
It's a small. It's only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16 kids in this.
Is there a? Do any of these walls face a window? Or next to a window?
I would say this side.
Perfect. So I would say not all the way into the back, but kind of right here, with this black silhouette. He is here. We maybe call that position A3. Yeah, that's where Steve would find himself, I think.
Oh, it's so small. How do I make it bigger?
Change the font size, maybe.
Whoa.
You might be able to drag and make it bigger too.
Oh. Sorry, this is the first time I've used the text feature.
You're good.
How? Okay. Hold please for learning.
Hold for learning?
God, that's not intuitive at all. I went back to the arrow and then I had to go back to the text to change anything about the text. Oh, help. Fuck off.
You're changing it about the text down, so now you're gonna have to make a new text there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
But now.
There he is.
Steve Taylor.
Made his presence known.
Perfect.
Oh God. Can I not change it after the fact?
I'm not sure. I've never used the text. I apologize.
That's annoying.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, you would think. Okay, well.
Oh, if you want me to help you out, it looks like on the player end I can add text.
Nah, it's cool.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna go back through and I have an editable version. This is just for the stream, so
Perfect.
Cool. Okay, now Matt. Hi. Hello.
Hi.
Tell us about your character.
My character's name is Vernon Jasper, he, him. And old Vernon is a vampire. Vernon has longer hair, has let it grown out even in his young age, maybe down to his shoulders. And he's very striking looking. Like, when you see him, he makes his presence known without being like loud or boisterous, just kind of being in the room. And I think most people either really hate him or really, really like him. There's really no in between with old Vernon here. He's he's good looking, but kind of cold. And I think he's probably sitting as far away from the teacher as possible in the back right corner.
Mm-hmm.
Right there.
Right there.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm trying to think of like any follow-up questions, but I feel like it's good. The less we know about you for now, the better. Okay. Jenn, tell us about your character.
Yes. My name is Onyx Smith. And Smith. Just a simple last name. Is that such a crime? I have she, her pronouns. I have like light brown hair in like a, dare I say, wolf cut. Like a kind of shaggy mullet that I would say kind of like blends out into almost like a silvery color. I'm the werewolf skin. And I think my eyes are like really light green to the point of almost looking kind of yellow. I think I am often dressed in kind of like neutral colored, like comfy, sometimes kind of like sporty clothes. My nails are always really long and like done like in intricate designs. Yeah, I'm kind of like an outdoorsy, like really love that we live close to nature, really hate like city kid vibes. And yeah, come off kind of intense. I have an older sister named Alaska who is a year above me. So she's a sophomore, and I'm coming in confident because I know what the school's like, and I'm really close to my sister too.
Yeah.
Oh, and I think I would be sitting something chaotic, like maybe I'm sitting front right.
Like,
yeah, and doing a lot of like slinging my arm over the shoulder, looking at the whole classroom type
oh
of,
my god, yes.
Amazing.
Are any of your other siblings in school, or are they all younger than you?
They're younger. I have two other siblings who are still in middle school, and their names are their names are Cody and Juno.
Love it.
Nice.
But yeah, I think we're all like pretty tight, but Alaska and I are the only ones in school.
Got a little pack.
And then just for my own sense of things, when you say you're outdoorsy, are you like, because you're intense, right? Are you like survivalist outdoorsy, like you're ready to go, or are you like granola Oregon? Like
no, not granola. I think I'm like
scout style, like
yeah, like I want to like go like rugged camping every weekend and do like some sort of extreme sport.
Cool. I think I've met Onyx at REI before.
Yeah, I'm sure you have. Also, I'm thinking maybe I just was like, maybe Alaska should be a junior. Because it'd be interesting if she was like an upperclassman.
Yeah.
Let's say she's a junior.
Okay. I'm down for that. Okay. So that brings us to our lovely Ronni, Marx. Emily, tell us about your character.
Ronni Marx is appearance wise, she's got like light brown, kind of scraggly hair. Looks like she doesn't brush her hair super often. Always wearing a beanie. The teachers have kind of given up on telling her to take it off. She has kind of a signature beat up leather jacket, and it always has like a bag slung over her shoulder. She is a wallflower, not in the way that she is shy by any means, but she's just really good at sort of disappearing into the scenery until she like pops up next to you in the hallway with wanting a favor or asking questions. She would be sitting right behind Steve.
Right behind Steve? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Let me put you there.
Do you want to, I think it's interesting for the stream to know, do you want to talk about your skin?
Oh, my skin, right?
Yeah.
My skin, Angie and I homebrewed.
Cool.
Should I tell them what it's called, Angie?
You can, yeah.
It's called the Sleuth. So
cool.
It's got
sort of based on
based
on the mortal skin for the most part, but we homebrewed some stuff.
Love it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Really
so it's gonna be ever evolving. And the thing I'm excited most about in this persistency of this campaign, which is not a word, but it is now because Shakespeare can do it. So can I. As my friend
Amen.
Alice says, if Shakespeare is so good, why is he dead? I'm pretty sure you say that too, Jen.
Yeah.
Cool.
All done.
Shout out to Alice, who will hopefully be in this one day. There's lots of opportunities for like leveling up in Monsterhearts, turns out, which is something that we haven't really gotten to explore. So not only will that be exciting for all of the characters whose skins already exist, but will also be really exciting for this homebrew situation too, because I'm pretty sure we only started with like 2 choices, and so we'll be able to build upon that.
We have 3, but yes.
3, okay. Okay, so with that being said, you have now picked where you're at on the seating chart. There are kids all around you that make up this homeroom that are going to be your classmates for the next 4 years. Some of them you may be coming into already knowing. I know Steve and Ronni, you have Scotty and Becca, who are part of your crew. I'm assuming that they probably are sitting here with you as well.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Cool. Do y'all know about Scotty and Becca? You want to tell me a little bit more? Or you want to save that for? You can send me.
I'll be candid. We just know their names as of right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So I can have some liberty with that.
Yeah.
And Scotty is spelled IE. What are Scotty's pronouns?
Oh yeah. Yes.
Well, Ronni is she, they, by the way. I don't think I said that.
She, they.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I think Scotty is maybe they them,
Scotty didn't have
and
it.
then Becca is she her.
Cool. Oh, I'm so freaking organized.
Love it.
There's now a pronouns part in my character charts. Anybody who's a Virgo is gonna love this. Cool. So Scotty. Sorry, bear with me here.
You're good.
This is the fun part of the session 0 being streamed, is that you get to see all the cute stuff.
I'm still somehow not sick of this song.
I know, right? I was like, let me pick the least annoying one just for this only, because I'm gonna put together a beautiful playlist. Okay. So Scotty is gonna sit next to you, Steve, and Becca is gonna sit next to Ronni. So your little crew here. Okay. Vernon, I know that you don't run with a crew, but is there a person in middle school who's around, who's coming into your scene, who you want to be in this homeroom, like, or is there anyone that Matt wants to see as an NPC?
I think there is someone who is like, you know, for lack of a better term is Vernon's spawn.
Ooh.
A person who's like,
when I didn't remember you were the vampire right away, and that was confusing for me.
You mean spawn like someone that you have turned?
Not necessarily now, but
okay.
But you know,
okay.
Might
Heard.
Maybe the Christine to your Phantom.
Yes, exactly. But I'm so much hotter than the Phantom.
For sure, you don't need a mask.
Yeah.
The mask was modeled after your face.
Yes, the mask was perfect porcelain skin I have. Yeah, so I think there's one person, let's see. And their name is obviously you know, obviously once I hit this generate.
What was the name of the girl that we fought over?
Julia.
You can bring back Julia.
George.
Just saying.
Can't bring back
Julia. Transferred. Julia's dad moved her to Oregon for her final.
And she became a freshman.
Yeah. You got held back a couple grades.
How about Cora?
Ooh, we love Cora.
How is that spelled? Kora. Cora.
Yeah.
Is her first name The Legend of?
You know, now it's Cora. Just
Is she the avatar and you got to deal with it?
Yeah.
Where does Cora sit? Is Cora someone you knew you're close with previously, or is she a new fixation?
Yeah, we've known each other since middle school, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, so probably Cora sits right in front of me.
Right in front?
Angelwood Intermediary.
Cool. So there is Cora, and I'll put last names to everybody unless you have last names that you feel like you want. Lovely. Onyx, who's sitting around you? Who's got who's catching your interest on the first day?
I think I would love if sitting in the two seats behind me were two like kind of preppy city, like I guess I'm picturing them both as girls, like just the energy I hate.
Yeah. Okay. Who's the one that is the most annoying?
Her name is
Rachel.
Rachel. No.
Rachel with an A.
Close friend named Rachel. Christina.
With an H or with no H?
I'm just kidding. I love you, Christina. Whoever is named Christina.
Hey, K-R-I.
Oh,
God.
yeah. I would not like that person.
T-Y-N-A.
And Zoe.
T-Y-N-A. There we go.
Christina and Zoe.
Way to like butcher like a perfectly good name.
Or like
Christina
Haley,
and
but it's
Zoe.
like
Yeah.
H-A-Y-E.
That's the other one. The other one's named Haley.
L-E-I-G-H.
Yeah.
Yeah.
H-A-Y-L-E-I-G-H.
H-A-Y-L-E.
Hello.
Haley. Do you know Sophie's vibe enough? Because I don't want to. I don't. I mean, I'm sure you have a plan, but I just want to make sure we don't forget. So.
Yeah. Great question.
I know she's not here, but I didn't know if you knew the vibe enough that she was going for
Where
to
should
know
she
where.
sit?
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna leave some blank spots.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Haley. Ooh.
Hey.
Oof. Ew. I hate it.
You know, they're gonna
Christina.
turn into the sketch when Pedro Pascal's like, oh my
Yeah.
god.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What's happening?
That's perfect. That's
I don't even
perfect.
know.
I don't know.
One of those names that just never ends. Haley.
Yeah.
Hella. Okay. And then I want to fill out this seat.
She
here
has. She
because-
thinks she's an influencer. She goes,
I have a
hey, it's
character.
Haley.
Yeah.
Hey, it's
Hey,
Haley.
it's Haley.
That's so funny.
Who are you thinking?
So I was thinking there's this person who is like known as being like very smart, like definitely like kind of a nerd, like my go-to tech whiz, you know.
Your guy in the
Oh.
chair.
Yeah, my
The guy in the chair. Who is that
Um,
guy? What's his name?
His name is Edgar Mahoney.
Edgar Mahoney.
Oh my god.
What does he
I
go?
love
Does he
Edgar.
go by Edgar? Does
He
go
goes
Mahoney?
by Eddie.
Eddie
Wow.
Mahoney.
Something to me.
It's amazing. He's definitely on the speech and debate team.
Oh, for sure.
Or the. Yeah.
And he keeps like asking when we play D&D because he like wants to play with us, and we just keep being like, "We'll let you know, man."
Too
That's so funny. Excuse me.
real. Okay, so that's your go-to tech guy.
Yeah, and he definitely sits right at the front for sure.
Yeah.
Love that. That's great.
And did you know him before, or is this a developing relationship?
I feel like he's been my go-to guy for a while.
Okay.
For 14 years old.
I know, for like the last
It's
6
like
months.
Wade from Kim Possible.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
like 14.
Yes.
Okay, who sits next to Eddie? Who's he always chatting with?
What if he has a twin brother?
Who's
Eddie and
really cool.
Yeah.
He's like...
His name is Edward.
Edgar and
Eddie and-
Edward.
Eddie and Eddie. Ed and Eddie.
and then there's a
Triplet
triplet
named Eddie. Yeah.
Or a little brother.
Double D. One of them's.
Yeah.
Double D.
Edgar,
Maybe Edward is like in the marching band.
and Elmer. What?
Edward is like on the drum line of the marching band.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
as
he's
cool
lead
as
singer.
you
Yeah.
get. Like
Yeah, already auditioned.
yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah. Like colleges are thinking about already coming to see him.
Yeah.
He's like a trumpet prodigy.
Drumline. No, he's on the drumline. He's got to be on the drumline.
Oh,
That's the coolest
drumline.
marching band.
Yeah,
vibe, for
Yeah.
sure.
He's-
Okay. Drumline.
He's joining a
Eddie.
drum corps in the summer.
Yeah. His
We
best
got
friend's
Tech
Nick
Ed
Cannon.
and Drum Ed. His best friend is Nick. He constantly just quotes Nick Cannon from that film.
He's
I
doing
have
this
a-
a lot.
What'd you say?
He's doing this.
I have a stupid question as someone who was homeschooled. Do like all 4 grades of high school participate in high school sports?
There's usually and there's usually a junior varsity made out of like the freshman, sophomore, and then a varsity made out of the junior, senior.
Sick. That's so good.
But for something like marching band, that's going to be like everybody.
It's the whole 4, yeah.
Okay.
Like you would start out as like like Edward would probably be like not prominent in the like drum line. He would be like I don't know,
he's coming from like being a big shot in the middle school marching band to like now
he was first chair. He was like drum major or whatever.
Yes. Yeah.
And now he's like trying to build it.
That's his goal, is to be drum major. So dedicated.
So let's do one. Does anybody have one more character they want to see? And then I'm going to leave the rest of the spaces for Sophie to choose and potentially fill out with.
I would like to choose somebody who's sitting directly in front of me. And I think I would like it to be I'm trying not to like get too much into my backstory, but I would say a person who I've not really befriended, maybe like a new kid in town, like new to this high school, didn't go to our middle school, like a girl who is like kind of quiet and new, but somebody that like is nice to Steve. And I think that maybe she had like something not so great happen to her too, and like they trauma bond over that. Like maybe she had the loss of a parent or like a sibling or something like that.
We're gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna check with Sophie. If not, I'll get back with you.
Dropped my jaw. Love that. I think that's great.
So yeah, now that'll be just a little spoiler to Sophie's character.
Okay.
I have one more character that I would love to see,
Yeah.
if that's okay.
Please.
I think sitting next to Cora would be, I want to say like a jock, like sports guy. I don't know. I'm thinking like I mean, football makes sense, but I also, Angie, I know that I threw out to you like there being like a wrestling team or something like that.
Yeah.
I like, because it's a little bit more one-on-one. So if that seems feasible, then like someone who's doing wrestling, probably a kid named Josh.
Yeah.
For sure.
I had a wrestler dude that I had literature class with in high school who was like very shocking, and we actually became weirdly like friends, and his last name was Odom. Can we pay homage to
Josh Odom?
Shout out to you, Josh Odom.
Technically his name was Nick Odom, but
shout out to you, Nick Odom.
Don't know where he is, but he was a weird one.
Tune in.
Nick Odom, if you're out there, I'm making something
weird.
myself.
Hope you don't live in the what is it? The weird part of Idaho?
The stupid part of Idaho.
We've just really been shitting on Josh Odom this time.
Stupid.
What a good insult. I hope you live in the stupid part of Idaho.
Okay. I'm gonna leave a couple of those blank, just for funsies and for my own little creative expression. And that way, Sophie, if she does not like where we've sat her, then she can change it.
I love it. Gotta tell her how that happened though, so she'll be tempted.
Oh yeah, I'll play it back for her.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a little bio break, and then we're gonna get into the last part of the session 0, which is a little bit of RP in character the night before, y'all.
Yes.
So stay tuned. Go grab a giant bag of peanut M&Ms. blurred for safety of the brand, and have a little water and come back for some really cool stuff. Hello. Welcome back. You all find yourselves settled in for the night. Getting settled in for the night, maybe. Take a second to think about what that looks like for you. And Zach. It is about 8 o'clock on a Sunday night. The sky outside is a little darker than you wish it was. A little... Oh, wait, hang on, I don't have any music for it, but I have a nice little... Yeah. A little darker, it's a little gray, kind of a solemn end to the summer. We gotta switch up the music for sure. Get out of here. What is that? That's intense. That's too scary.
A little intense. Okay.
It's hard to remember what each thing is based on the name. This is nice. Just a little bop. It's a little gray, it's a little rainy, kind of a solemn end to what was your summer vacation. Where does Steve find himself in these last moments before a new phase of his life begins?
I think that Steve's mom, Gina, is attempting to give him some kind of remnant of family time before, as this like last night of the summer before he starts high school, and so I think that they are having a late dinner while watching some reality show that they watch together, which is like one of the only times that they get together. And I think that Steve is nervous, and constantly kind of just like fidgeting and waiting to get upstairs. But he lives in a small apartment building, not apartment building, walk-up like building. But it's like one half of the home, and so it's like narrow and tiny, as they split it with somebody else. And they're just in the living room, kind of chatting every once in a while, laughing at something that happens on screen. And I think Zach remembers doing this with both her and his dad, and he gets a little sad. Yeah, it's just kind of watching dinner, or watching the TV, eating dinner, just feeling nervous and anxious about tomorrow, and about getting upstairs, and
yeah, your mom laughs at something on the TV, and looks over to you to see if you're laughing, and notices that you're pushing around the food on your tray, and she says, "Oh, Steve, what's wrong? This is your favorite one. You love Salisbury steak."
Yeah, sorry, Mom. I guess I'm just nervous for tomorrow. Big day and all.
Well, what are you nervous about? Talk to me. Tell me Tell me everything.
I don't know. I just feel like everyone's gonna be like looking at me as like, oh, that's the kid with the dead dad. And I don't know. It's just high school. It's like, I don't know. You see it in the movies and stuff. It's like, I don't know. It seems scary.
Well, but honey, you know, kids are just, you know, it'll be on to the next thing before you know it. You're so much moves so fast these days with your phones and your Insta messages and your DMs, and everybody's communicating about anything. You're going to be old news. Not that you're going to be old news, but you know, your situation, our situation. Oh God. What baby, what I'm trying to say is I think you're going to be okay.
Thanks, Mom. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to bring down the mood or anything.
No, don't you say. You don't say I'm sorry about this, Stevie. She like puts her finger under your chin and like tilts your face up and kind of squishes your cheeks like she's always done, and it's like, you're so handsome, you're gonna make so many friends.
Mom, come on.
You got a little gravy on the court. Hang on. Okay, got it. You're gonna do great, Stevie.
I don't have like a thing.
Well, sure you do, honey. You got your little game that you play in the.
Mom, that's not like a thing. I can't like.
Well, sure it is. It's.
No one thinks that's like lame. That's like a lame thing that I do.
No. Listen, I've seen those kids on the Stranger Things, and they brought it back. They brought it back, and now everybody thinks it's cool. And they got what's that show you're always watching? The Dimension 20 or whatever. They do it for a living. Why can't you?
Because I'm 14.
Well, you know, not now, but just something to think about.
Yeah, it's just, but there's no D&D club at school, you know? Like, yeah, I'll, like, Scotty and Becca and Ronni, like, I'll know them, but, like, I don't know,
I don't know.
Sorry.
Sounds like you have an opportunity. Sounds like you have an opportunity to create something special for, if not other people, then just for your people.
He thinks about that, and he ponders the idea of creating something special. And he thinks about upstairs again. And he says, Mom, would it hurt your feelings if I asked to be excused to go upstairs?
Take one more big bite and you're good.
Mom, I don't.
One
and he
more
looks
big
down at
bite.
himself. I obviously don't need another bite.
No, listen, you're a growing boy. Doesn't matter which way. I love you. Yes, thank you. Go get upstairs.
He gets up and he walks past his mom and then stops and then walks back over and kisses her on the head. I love you, Mom.
Oh, I love you, Stevie.
And then he, as quickly as he's comfortable with, jogs upstairs. And lifts up his mattress. And instead of something raunchy or dirty, there is a black leather book that looks ancient and old. It is binded by a leather strap with a rusted buckle. And I think that he just starts reading the book and starts it's in a language that he doesn't know, but he's been working on the translation of it, and he's learned some things. He's been too scared to try them, but he knows that this book offers a power of some kind, and he's been looking for one specific power. the ability to do something that he really wants to do, but he's not really found anything about that yet. And so for this evening, he thinks about what his mom said, and he thinks about this book, and I think he tries to, excuse me, I think he tries to find anything that mentions something about, protection or luck or, charisma or anything that can kind of help him on his first day. And he might not find anything, but he's been going to this book more and more lately, and it's become almost a crutch for him. And he just tries to find something that'll help him on his first day.
And as Steve flips through the gnarled ancient pages of this tome, we zoom out through the water droplets of his apartment bedroom window to across town in a small little guest house, almost like a carriage house off of a bigger apartment building, where we find Vernon Jasper. Vernon, what are you up to on this rainy evening before you start high school?
Yes. So Vernon does not live with any of his family. He has been taken in by a friend's family, which is Cora's family. They have given Vernon a place to stay in their little guest house. And I think Vernon is quiet, contemplative, excited, sitting in the corner of his room, reading, not coursework, but just trying to be worldly, have some worldly knowledge in preparation for school. Not in any attempts to be academic, but more in an attempt to just know things. And maybe his host family has given him some food, and he's gracious to them and treats them with respect, of course, but doesn't really eat any of it. Instead, it's just up all night, thinking mostly.
Okay. As you're, starting to kind of smell the food that's been sitting there for a while, get a little warm, a little, stagnant, you hear a knock on the glass of the door panel of the guest house. And on the other side of the door, you hear, Vernon, it's Cora.
Come in, Cora.
The door opens and you see a small figure, young girl your age, kind of mousy brown hair, more olive complexion, big, beautiful, chocolate chestnut colored eyes, pop in and say, "Hey, I know it's raining, but we were gonna go get ice cream. Me and my mom and my brother. Do you want to come?" We have a extra raincoat if you.
I would like that, thank you.
Okay.
Cora, how do you feel about the school year starting? Are you nervous?
Well, I don't know. Seth told me that it's not as big of a deal as it seems like, I guess. So, and he's a junior, so I don't know. I don't trust him on a lot of things, but if he was gonna try to freak me out, he'd freak me out.
Yes. Well,
are you worried?
No, I'm not worried. Just stick by me and everything will be okay.
Oh. Really? You don't think you want to like hang out with me?
Of course, Cora. Your family has given me a place to stay, and I believe that we are friends.
Oh. Okay. I mean, you didn't really like talk to me much this summer, and we kind of just wanted to like give you your space, but
I was busy this summer.
What were you doing? You were kind of in and out.
I was preparing.
For school?
Yes.
Oh. Okay. And she like takes a look at do you have like a pile of books, or like is it just the one book?
Yeah, there's a pile.
Yeah, she like looks at her eyes like flick over to the pile and then back to you. She doesn't want to be like rude. It's like I guess you've done a lot of reading. Do we have a reading list, or oh gosh,
No.
should I have been reading? Oh gosh, she like starts getting like fluttered.
Vernon stands up, walks over to her gracefully, puts hand on her shoulder. Don't worry, we had no reading list, but I will teach you anything you need to know. Now, how about that ice cream?
Okay, Mr. Smarty Pants. And as you're walking off, she's like asking you mundane questions about like if you know certain facts, like where did ice cream come from, or like things that she might think that you know the answer to if you're gonna like teach her.
I don't know any of those simple trivia questions. My knowledge runs deeper, Cora.
Oh. What's been the most interesting thing that you've picked up?
Well, do you see how it's raining here at nighttime? You see the way the rain makes everything glisten, makes everything slippery and slick. You see the shadows around the building. You know, anyone could be lurking in those shadows. Just need to be careful.
Vernon, you would be really good at podcasts. You should start a podcast. Maybe that should be like if you started it now, I bet it could be your senior project. Oh, you could do it on the Woodsman. Oh, you could do like a true crime podcast about the Woodsman. Like figure out, like do a whole like
Cora, you don't believe the Woodsman is real, right?
Well, I mean, maybe it's not a serial killer, but like it could be something.
You know what? That's a great idea. How about you and we will start a podcast and we will find out what has happened with this Woodsman.
Oh, hell yeah. And she just starts, as you walk to ice cream, she gets her mom involved. Her brother starts talking about how she's going to produce this podcast. You're going to go in on your senior project together. And as you walk to this ice cream shop, we pan away to a little, kind of in the city center, a little storefront with a nice embellished sign that says Marx Investigations LLC. And the storefront itself is dark, but above the storefront is a flicker of light in one of the windows. As we pan in and see the shadow of Ronni Marx. Emily, what's Ronni up to this evening?
Ronni so her dad is working late, so he's probably in like his office, but like in the apartment, on a phone call, and she takes this opportunity to open his safe that she obviously knows the passcode to, and takes her class list and kind of just goes through her dad's files and sees what she can find on anybody who has the last name of any of her classmates that she's not aware of, that she's never met. She definitely got caught doing this earlier, and her dad wasn't so much mad that she was doing it, but mad that she wasn't smart enough to not get caught. So she's like trying really hard not to get caught.
Okay. How long has your dad been in his office?
I would say he's at like the 45-minute mark on this one phone call, and so she knows her time's running out on being able to do this.
Okay. As you're going through the files, nothing really is striking you in terms of names, but you're still gathering, like, you can make this choice if you want, but like you're writing down names of the thicker files, perhaps.
Oh yeah.
Anybody who is a name that you might have known, even if it's not your class roster. Constantly just, diving for information.
She's been like helping her dad around the office this summer, so she's probably like been going through the thicker files and has like her place marked on one of the like thicker, more interesting files, and as soon as she runs out of something to look through, she goes back to that file to kind of finish it off.
Yeah. As you're doing this,
can I offer something here?
Yeah.
I would say that for the last name Smith, there's a very, very thin file. Pretty much no information about where this family has come from.
Okay. Love that. Little tidbit. As you're searching through, you feel your phone in your pocket.
I take it out.
And you see that you are getting a FaceTime request from Becca.
I ignore it. And try to go back to reading my file. I like answer it, but I set it next to me so that like what she's seeing is my ceiling.
Oh my god, what are you doing?
What are you doing? Why are you calling me?
Dude, I'm so fucking nervous for tomorrow.
Why?
It's the fucking first day of high school.
Okay.
It's the first day of fucking high school. It's high school, Ronni. This is not a time for you to be cavalier, okay? Like, be with me, be with my feelings, be a friend.
Okay.
What? I can only see your ceiling.
Yeah, that's because I'm busy.
What are you fucking oh my god. Oh god. Should I hang up? Are you doing something gross?
No, oh my god, no.
What are you doing?
No,
why is there a ceiling?
God. I pick up the phone and prop it in front of me.
Are you in his office?
Definitely not.
Okay, but like, what's it like?
My dad's office?
Yeah.
You know, like it's an office. It's got like filing cabinets and like a desk.
Oh wait, where are you?
In my dad's bedroom.
Oh my god.
That's where he keeps the safe.
That's fucked
That's where
up.
all the good info is.
Okay.
How else do I get the good info?
Dude,
yeah, you're nervous.
can I come over and help you?
Well, I'm probably not gonna be able to do this very much longer. I think my dad's about to be out of his phone call, but you can come have dinner with us if you want to. I think he has a meatloaf in the oven. I don't know, maybe I should be checking on that.
Hot dad meatloaf. Yes, I'm on my way.
Can you not? Okay.
Listen, your dad is hot, get used to it.
He's not. Okay, see you in a little bit.
Okay, and before you even get a chance to hang up, she's like hung up and gone. You know that she is going to be over here in like 5 minutes because she's fucking hungry and nervous, and you know how she gets. Even not high at your D&D session, she puts away easily like 2 bags of cheese puffs.
Easy.
And she always gets the kinds that she knows Steve doesn't like.
Yeah.
So she can have them all to herself.
Yeah, and I would say she comes over often enough that my dad will just like buy the cheese puffs she likes.
Yes. And she that's why she's calls him hot dad even more, just to annoy you, because also he's considering her.
He's also like fully like bald and like middle-aged, and like maybe some would call hot, but many wouldn't.
I mean, she probably
Tucci.
I would say that, yes, like Stanley Tucci style, but I would say his notoriety is probably what makes him more attractive to the community, is because he is like a C-list celebrity.
Yeah.
And so like getting in with him might get them in the door somewhere.
Yeah.
Or like at least some monicum of attention. So as she hangs up, your phone goes dark, and you hear that your dad is not talking in his office anymore.
Shit. Put stuff back in his safe. Like, close it as quietly as I can.
Ronni, the meatloaf.
Twist it back to the number that I know it was on when I opened it, because I know that he pays attention to that.
Ronni.
Yeah, sorry, yep. Sorry.
Ronni, it's done. Get down here.
Okay. Becca's coming over.
Oh God, I don't have the cheese puffs.
Well, didn't you go grocery shopping yesterday?
Yeah, but I didn't think she was coming tonight. I thought I had at least a week. I thought I had till next weekend. Shit.
She just shows up, Dad. I'm sorry.
Oh, she's gonna never let me hear the end of this.
Yeah, well, you're gonna give her meatloaf. She calls it your hot dad meatloaf.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
And as you like make your way to the kitchen, you see him plating some meatloaf. He's gotten into the habit now that he has been on a couple interviews. He even had a chance to be on, it's not Regis and Kelly anymore. What is it? Is it Regis and Kelly? No.
Is it just,
Is it
I
just
think
Kelly?
it's like just no, I don't know.
Kelly.
Well, one of those high profile talk shows, but like the least popular of the high profile talk shows is what he got an opportunity to be on, but his schedule was conflicting and he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But he has now taken that very to heart, and he does everything very intentionally now. So he's plating the meatloaf as he would as if he was doing a cooking show, sets it on the counter, and is being very nonchalant about almost literally everything these days, to the point where it is kind of shocking when he does get mad at you for peeking through his files or being where you don't need to be. So as you come to the table, he's like, should I put it on a plate for her? Should I let her get it herself? What's she... last time she got mad at me for plating it because she's an independent woman. So I don't...
She might just take the pan. Just leave it.
Honestly, take the pan. It's old.
Yeah.
She can have it.
Yeah. Are we not going to talk about your divine plating skills? I didn't know you were a professional chef.
Stop. No, not professional. Amateur
Divine.
at best. Stop it. Now you're just trying to make up for earlier.
What did I do? I didn't do anything earlier.
Hmm.
This meatloaf is delicious, by the way. Delicious meatloaf. A+, better than it's ever been.
Oh, you're gonna love it even more than the shit you ate earlier.
Huh?
You little shit eater.
Who, me?
Ronni. No more files. No more files, or you cannot be my assistant anymore.
Okay.
You're great, you're good, you're lovely, you're wonderful. But you have a problem with authority, and that is something that an assistant can't have.
Okay, Dad.
I mean it.
Okay.
You're starting a new chapter, young lady. This is your time to make something of yourself. High school, best time of your life. Best time of your life.
That's depressing.
Listen, everything's depressing after this, okay? So get used to it. You gotta make something of it. It's up to you. Look what I did. Look what I made of something of myself. People know my name now. Ronni.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of people. Don't need a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Some people. Good people. I'm helping people.
You know what I love most about you is your gentle parenting style. It's great. Thanks, Dad.
Listen,
Really shield me from the dangers of the world.
that was always your mother's strong suit. I have to keep you proud. I have to keep you successful. And I have to keep you fed. That's my job.
Well, you know, I tend to be a lot more successful when I have more information, but I guess you just don't want me to succeed.
No,
That's okay.
No,
It's
no.
okay. I understand.
Read a book.
It's...
Read a book. You can read a book. You could be successful at anything. You don't need to look through personal files. No. There are other ways to be successful. You find your own path. This is mine.
Yes, sir.
And he takes a forkful of the meatloaf and shoves it in his mouth just as Becca bursts through the door. And we'll cut away to a very different sort of home. We go past some walk-ups. We go past a couple beautiful old craftsman style classic Northwest big like Queen Anne style homes. I used to know these things. I'll do some reading. And all of that is left behind us as the rain starts to pour even harder. We see passersby hiding under their jackets, clutching their umbrellas, trying to get inside as quickly as they can. And we keep moving past as northwest as the city goes into the darkness of the mountainous forest beyond the city limits, something that the city of Canes, Oregon, and especially in the neighborhood of Angelwood, is known for its natural landscape, its forest preserves. And almost as fast as we got here, we zoom in on our final character, Jenn. Do you want to describe what Onyx is up to this evening?
Yes. So I would say that like as we go like further out of like the urban part of the city into nature, on that cusp there's like a big fancy graveyard, a big cemetery, and that's like walled in. It has all like the big like statues and stuff like that. And I am in there with my sister Alaska, sitting under like an open like mausoleum type thing, like covered from the rain. And we're sitting there and we're doing each other's nails. And just like long sharp nails. And she is like giving me like the last minute lowdown on like what I can expect, and certain teachers and friends who have little siblings who are going to be in my class. And I think like as she's like describing all this, some of it is stuff I've heard before, and I'm like, fuck, Alaska, can you like hurry up on my nails? You're taking forever.
Okay, you cannot rush perfection. Okay?
You've done this a million times. Like, why is it taking you so long?
Because tomorrow is your first day of high school, sweet thing. And you're gonna be glad that I did this. Okay?
Yeah,
trust
they're gonna
me.
look great. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah, it's gonna be fine, and they're gonna look great because I'm gonna take my time and I'm gonna do it right. It's where you gonna go? It's raining. We don't have to be back until later. Like, just hold still.
I know.
Like, slowly, just like, and then looks at you and goes a little bit slower and like grins. Don't move. Don't move.
Not.
And she finishes up the nail she's on. She's like, take a look. Look at my art. Oh, I'm brilliant.
It looks like why not? It looks like little faces of the moon.
Oh. Cute.
Okay, Alaska.
Yes.
Question.
Answer.
What do you know of the wrestling coach?
Huh. Not a lot, actually.
Are you kidding me? Like, what is even
she like pulls her phone out and starts texting someone, like doesn't even acknowledge you. And within like 2 seconds, she gets a response back and she's like, oh, he's a fuck. Okay. So he's kind of a misogynist. Last year, a girl tried to get on the team and they were like, oh, hell no. And she filed a petition with the school. And like texts are coming in like rapidly from whoever she texted, which is like mounds and mounds of information that she just starts relaying to you about how this coach tried to like gaslight this student. He is like classic misogynist, doesn't listen, over talks even with like adult female teachers, is just like known as being an absolute like fuckface. Why do you want to know?
I heard from I heard that there were no girls allowed on the team, and just figured someone might need some convincing. So thought I might.
I mean, I like obviously I would support you if you wanted to do that. You really want to wrestle?
Yeah, why not?
I mean, like, why don't you join something, I don't know, less aggro, like track and field or...
No, I want that. If I'm going to be stuck in a building all day for the next 4 years, the same building with the same people, I want to be able to get out some fucking energy while I'm there, you know? I don't want to have to wait until I can come out here with you.
Okay, but be careful because you're like freakishly strong. So you gotta like play it up.
I know.
No, like, yeah, I know. But like, dude, you could really like...
Win?
Well, shut up. Like, you could put us in danger.
What do you mean? Put who in danger? I'm just gonna like beat some teens at wrestling.
We'll like beat the fuck out of some teens.
I don't know. I'm sure there's like rules or whatever I'll have to follow.
Yeah. Listen, you know I'm not a rule follower, but when it comes to our family, we've got big things to think about, okay?
I know. I'm not gonna like expose anyone. Not gonna like, I mean, you've been in high school for 2 years. Like, we're untraceable. It's fine. It's been fine. It's gonna be fine.
Well, I don't know. I'm freaking out a little bit. It's...
Why? Did something new happen?
I mean, this summer has just been weird with like, I don't know. There's like all those
murder
rumors.
stuff.
Yeah, and like, I don't think
but
people
like,
think it's us, but I mean, I know they don't think it's us, but like, I don't know.
All of the evidence looks like totally human. Like, it would be crazy if they thought it was done by an animal. You've seen the like terrible photos.
Ugh, unfortunately, that last one, barf.
Yeah, you think that looks like something that's done by a wolf? You would have way more precision. Anyway, I'm not gonna get anyone in trouble. I just like, I don't know, if there's like a misogynist coach at the school, seems like someone should teach him a lesson.
Honestly, I would love to see that.
Hell yeah.
And okay, so here's the deal. So there's a guy in my grade. His name is Nick. His little
Okay.
brother Josh is gonna be a freshman this year.
Yeah.
And he's bred, like born and bred for the wrestling team. So like, I don't know, maybe like get in with him, see if like he can put in a good word for you too. Like if you can get someone to vouch for you.
God, you think I need someone else's help?
No, but like, cause just fucking listen. High school is fucked, okay? Like it's great if you're in the right time in the right place, but like if not, you're fucked. So like just I love you and I want to see you succeed. But like sometimes you got to play the fucking game, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
I can be subtle.
And she like punches you on the shoulder. You're the least subtle one of us.
Look, I am less likely to get us any attention than you are with your little crush, Seth. And, you know, with how much he wants to know all about you.
Shut up.
I feel like that's a bit more of a danger to our family. Don't you think, Alaska?
I'm gonna fucking kill you. And she like jumps on top of you with like a little snarl. And is like, oh, get ready, you're so good at wrestling. You're so good at wrestling.
I'm ready to practice right now.
Do you practice?
Yeah, I think we'll tussle a little bit.
Okay, this is gonna be a roll.
Okay.
Just to see what happens. Go ahead and roll to lash out physically.
Okay, great. Wait, I don't have my dice with me, so I need to do this in the chat.
In the chat.
In the chat. How do I do this in the chat again? It's been so long since I've used D20.
You'll there's a little dice in the left corner, and you can click on it, and then click which dice you want, and just click the dice, and it'll roll for you.
Oh yes. Okay, I'm rolling a D6.
2d6, I think.
2d6, yeah,
2d6.
with your volatile.
That's my volatile score, which is
That'd be
+2.
pretty good. Yeah, look at you.
Is there a way for me to add that?
Just add +2 to the, yeah, you can just, we'll just physically add it.
7 + 2, so it's
9. Nice.
9, okay. So
I deal
you
harm.
do harm. And for the narrative sake of this, I'll say that the harm is that you pin her.
Okay.
That you like win the tussle. But I think she's a little shocked at the force that you do that with. And you get to choose one of the three. Either she learns something about your true nature and gains a string on you. You'll let me decide how bad the harm turns out, or you become your darkest self.
Kind of crazy choices right off the bat.
All right.
I don't think. Oh man, becoming my darkest self is something I like want to do, but I don't know that it makes sense to do right now.
In this session 0.
Yeah, session 0 with my
roleplay.
sister. How about you decide how bad the harm is? I think there may be a little bit more harm than I intended.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'll say
She's dead.
she's at this point right now she's an NPC. So I'll say that what started out as a playful tussle, because of just the arrangement of the mausoleum that you're on, there's a lot of headstones around, you're in a graveyard, you momentarily lose a little bit of control of your strength. And when you pin her down, it just so happens to be very near the end cap of a headstone, and she like hits her head. And you kind of don't notice at first because you're laughing, thinking you're having a great time. And before you know it, she's like, "Get the fuck off me!" And she's like holding her head, and she's like, "See, that's what I mean. You're not in control yet. Okay, Onyx, like you think you are, but you're not. You've got a lot of work to do."
Fine. I didn't mean to. It was just a joke. I thought we were both playing. It's fine. I'm sorry, Alaska. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you.
It's okay. Just, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, be careful.
Okay. I will. I'm not going to be wrestling anyone else in a cemetery. I'm going to be wrestling them in a fucking ring with, like, pads. It's going to be so chill. Just watch. You're going to be proud of me. You're going to have, like, you're going to be an upperclassman who has, like, a really cool freshman younger sister. So, like, I'm helping you out at the end of the day. And I think, like, in the distance, then we hear, like, a couple of, like, howls.
I literally was just about to be like, in the distance, you hear, ooh.
Yeah. And we're like, fuck, it's late. Okay, let's go.
And she takes off, grabs your hand, pulls you along, and the two of you run in the rain and the darkness into the night. And the town listens to the fall of a summer's end storm in the eerie, foggy Pacific Northwest in this little neighborhood of Angelwood in this large, sprawling metropolis of Keynes, Oregon. And tomorrow you will wake up and you will begin your first day of the next 4 years of your life. And that is where we will end this session 0.
Amazing. I'm so excited.
That was so fun.
Yeah. Ending a little early because I think we got some good information and I think we got a lot to marinate on.
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone is charactered up. We'll meet Sophie's character on the next session in session 1. But we'll see what is next in store for the start of this journey. Not next Thursday, but next Thursday. So Monsterhearts will take place every other Thursday. But before that, CharmedPersons this week. We are having no session on Sunday, so hang out with the people that you love. Maybe take a nap, maybe have a snack, maybe take a walk in a scary mountainous forest. Take a walk. And then we are not doing anything until Thursday when we are having the talk back for season 5 of The Remains. A fun little experimental, we're all about experiments this summer.
I know, yeah.
Of a fun session that ended in a wild twist. So come chat with Sophie, myself, Eric, Michael, and Zach about this season. And then we'll be back in Teheroth, right? On next Sunday?
On the 25th.
Next Sunday on the 25th. So that is what's coming up. As always, stay tuned to the socials for all of the good stuff. And thank you all for joining me on this little adventure. Can't wait to tell this story. Very excited. Very excited already for the 9 million potential guest stars
I know.
that we can have slotted. But yeah. I don't have a catchy sign off yet for this so I'll just say
you'll find it naturally.
Yeah, as always.
Cheers.
For tonight, everybody say bye.
Bye.
Bye.